Hey guys, Eric with Express Garage Doors here. Today we're going to go over how to install Wayne Dalton wired safety beam sensors. This is a product we saw on our website. Luckily they still make these. They work on your Wayne Dalton Quantum, Pro Drive, Classic Drive, and iDrive openers. We don't have a full setup of any of those since they're no longer made anymore, but we do have a brand new Quantum motorhead here that will help in our installation video. We don't have a rail or anything like that, but this will get the point across on how to do this. So stay tuned and we'll get started. These are the tools you're going to need in this instruction video. Phillips head screwdriver, tape measure, something to mark your wall with where you're going to install the brackets. You're going to need these if you're going to install the brackets. A 10mm wrench and a 7/16 driver. You can use it on a ratchet if you don't have a drill. It's just kind of a pain. And again, that's only if you're actually going to install the brackets that the safety beams sit on. If you're not going to install that, you're going to need some wire cutters, wire nuts, and something to strip the wire with so you can splice the wire from the safety beam sensor to your existing wires. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to install the brackets that they sit on. If you're just replacing the sensor units, you do not have to do this step. You can just use your existing brackets as long as they're not damaged. So we're going to take 5 inches. We'll mark that. Don't want to go over 5 inches. That's just their best practices. You take your bracket. I usually will put it where I can see the line through the bottom hole. Kind of make sure it's as good as you can get it. Eyeballing, these are pretty adjustable, so it's not a huge deal if it's not perfect. Put that in like that. And that's it. You can leave that loose. The same goes for the other side. You measure the 5 inches and you install the bracket. The next step is to identify the sending and the receiving unit. It doesn't matter which side they're put on. The reason that this is important is in case you have sun interference. So if you can identify which side is going to be most affected by the sun, for some reason, especially the sunrise seems to be the worst part of it. So if you can identify which side of your garage door, left or right, is going to have the most interaction with sunlight shining into the face of this, that's where you're going to put the sending unit. And the sending unit is the one that has no LED light. So as you see, there's no LED light right here. This is the sending unit. This is the receiving unit. It has the LED light. You can go ahead and put these in those brackets. So let's say I identified that the sunlight mostly shines into the left part of my garage. I'm going to put the sending unit in that part of my garage. So I'm going to put the shiny part up and I'm going to clip it in to the little holes in the bracket. And you're gonna have to stretch the bracket out a little bit to get it in there. There we go. Now it's properly in there. Again, we don't have to make this super tight. We're gonna adjust that and tighten it down as we get this lined up. Do the exact same thing on the other side. So the next step in the instructions were to route the wiring. Again, if you're just replacing photo sensors, you can cut the wires at the sensor and splice them with your current wiring and not have to do that. Otherwise, route it like it says in the instruction manual, and then the next step is all you have to pay attention to is the white wire goes on the COM terminal, and the black and white, the black striped wire goes on the OBS terminal. This requires more dexterity than I possess at the moment, apparently. But it's not too bad. Just kind of do one at a time. It's not a huge deal. Get them in there. Get it snug. Nice and snug. Same with these wire with the black stripe on OBS. Make sure you pay attention to don't just put the black stripe one on the top, because if you don't have a quantum, the position of the OBS terminal may be different, maybe where the COM terminal is on this one. So it just depends on what opener you have. Make this a little easier on myself. There you go. Now, we are nicely installed. The next step is to align the safety sensors. And the way you do that is to get that red light to be on right there. So you play back and forth. As long as you got them at the right height when you installed this, you can slide these back and forth on this. It's pretty forgiving. As you'll see, I can slide this back and forth and it's not gonna change that a lot. These are pretty forgiving compared to some other safety beam sensors. If I put my hand in front of it, you can tell that blocks the signal. So the other part you want to do is to go ahead and make sure that this provides the proper safety coverage. All of that is in the instruction manual. Once you've gone through those steps to make sure it's got the proper safety coverage, you're good to go, guys. And you can go ahead and tighten those brackets down and get those things permanently installed. Put another screw in those brackets into the wall. Make sure they don't rotate. Make sure all your wiring's up and out of the way of the door. Stapled down, ran behind the wall, however you're gonna do it. And we'll see you guys in the next video. If you got any questions, leave them below. If you need some safety beam sensors like this, expressgaragedoors.com, or look in the description of this video, they'll be in there. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.